Yo guys, sorry for missing a few days of streaming. I've been sick, and after that I had some stuff to deal with, and my voice isn't back there yet, but it should be in a few days. Anyway, here's some games I've had for a while now. I think it's from last season. I mean, the end of the last season. Queued a few off stream. I mean, I was lagging a bit, had a few problems, so I just tried to, see how it goes without streaming, and maybe I had a better ping. I was having like around 120, 140. It was kind of awful, but eventually it went better. It went okay. With it now, let's go into the games. I guess the first game was kind of like pretty standard one. Like when we face Frost Decay or any kind of decay, this team is pretty much free winning that because the warrior and the red do a lot of damage to decays and we just win by default. This one though, this is a hard one. Like it's a boomy, it's an elemental, and a holy paladin. Basically, they could kite us forever. I'm not so sure why they did not do that. They actually tried to play really aggressive for not a real reason. I mean, they were popping cooldowns instead of just running away and keep slowing us, and we would lose by default because we wouldn't have uptime at all. But yeah, in the end, as you can see here, the game is kind of going longer. Like he popped Incarn, we should have went L racing right now. We both jumped down but the warrior leaped away. He could have jumped down as well and saved his sleep, so that was a misplay from him. Um, so yeah, we're just losing the Incarn right now. We don't have any cooldowns either. I mean, the offensive ones. So there's no reason to push in just to do nothing. But they are pushing in instead of just sitting and waiting for dampening. They would absolutely 100% win in dampening, considering they have two bobs and two sacks, which would make killing them in dampening pretty impossible. We almost got a kill on the paladin right there on the holy one. It was super close. I we will just get stuff like this towards the games. Like this comp is really powerful, although it really is a switch oriented comp. I mean, whenever the target gets away or somebody else is low because of the cleave, because of other damage, because of red cannot reach, but the warrior could reach, and they create the off pressure. Um, the warrior has to have a really big awareness, or at least we should communicate to him where to go or what to do, because it's really important to get the executes. Like stuff will go low pretty fast because of red having a lot of burst, but if there is not an execute or a mortal strike, that target will just get topped. So that's why switches are really important, especially for teams like Resto Shaman or Druids. If you switch, he has to switch your shield as well. If he doesn't switch your shield, well, that's a lot of healing missed and also like a 10% damage reduction, which also is missed. Add that with a mortal strike effect like Sharpen, that's like 4 seconds of CC, which you cannot dispel or do anything about. Add a Hojin to the mix, and maybe even a Fear, and that target is dead. Like, if he can't get away, and usually he cannot, because we can do pressure such as keeping on the target. Like the red, I guess the red has the hardest time because he has only a freedom which is dispellable. But let's say I hex the shaman, right? And we stun the druid, and then we just go and run at the paladin. Well, even if they slow, they can one he can free them, and the other one he has two charges. Actually doesn't have two charges, only one charge. Has a charge and a leap and a blaze storm, so he's pretty much set to stick on the target, the warrior. And I can also dispel the red once his freedom gets purged. And most shamans don't really reapply slow ASAP; they wait a bit. So in this one, we just try to keep it pretty safe. We try to dampen, to try to one shot. The switches weren't as good as I hoped to be, but we did force a lot of cooldowns. We forced sacks, we forced bops, we forced wings. even without our cooldowns. So the game was going quite well in my opinion, even though the longer it gets, the harder it becomes for us, or at least for me, because I'm the one who has to keep them top. Here was a kind of sketchy charge there, like, I mean, he pretty much LOS like 3 or 4 heals, and then I was in a bad spot because I had to chase. Apparently, he did not use anything, but still, like, that's a lot of mana I have to spend to keep him up, and probably the red had to stop damage to start healing. Also, now he has to go defensive, so that charge didn't really do anything, just put us in a really bad spot. Moving on, he has Incarn again, which means we have to LOS again. We don't really seem to be LOSing yet, but we should start soon, because all with Incarn, he can literally one-shot. So yeah, it's rather scary. We do have a bit of a pressure now. I'm trying to, shock the paladin. I think I missed that, but the Hoj was in a really good spot and he delayed pressing bubble, which meant he can't really use another global. If he had bubbled instantly, could have probably saved, but he had to wait a delay. He waited a bit in that stun. He waited like half a second, 1 second, or something like that, which means 2 seconds, and it was enough for the shaman to go down. This is a team that I would consider to be a counter to us. Like, the only thing they have to do as Red Hunter, they just have to CC the melee and go on me, or go on me, CC me and go on the red. Really hard. I don't think why they didn't manage to get that pressure, but they just died instantly. It was a really awkward game, and yeah, like, I don't know. They should have, in my opinion, they should have won this. Like, the hunter can CC the warrior for quite a lot, quite a lot. Like, bursting, scatter, slowing, that's a lot. Now you face a thunder on a map which we really don't want to face any knock effects, but it is what it is. We have to, you know, suffer a bit. Um, I'm not sure my spec is the best for this. I always choose to go defender versus elementals, just because of the fact that one Earthshock can get Vim off, and then you have to use a global on you to keep yourself up. And if they switch on you, usually they can do something like Earthshock on you into Stormbolt, into a Hodge, into more damage, into another Earthshock, into an Execute. That's basically the best burst they could possibly have. Because if you play Aftershock on Elemental, you will have the second Earthshock stun, which does not DR with itself and any other stuns, and that's like 4 seconds of CC. It's more like 3 seconds, but still. I'm Orc, so I should have been playing Relentless, I feel like, but again, like, a full Hex could mean somebody dying, so I just opted for a safe route. Also, like, if they do the combo with Earthshock into stun into stun into Earthshock, that can also kill me. So I wanted to be on the safe side and just trinket just in case I drop really low. Even to trinket the Earthshock stun, which is the main reason I take trinket, just to be able to trinket an Earthshock stun, which, sounds really bad if you consider it. Like, Relentless would be probably 10 times better. But the fact is, you can actually die in an Earthshock. Happened to a lot of people, and I can't see any other way. Just you have to play a trinket. Although most of the cases, the red could save me, the warrior could fear me, but since we're not playing at our best right now, I needed to fend for myself. So yeah, that's the reasoning I got trinket and not relentless. I'm pretty sure most of you would disagree with that one, because relentless would reduce the damage, the stun duration by a fuck ton. Sorry for the language. And also the duration of possible hexes, which I cannot drink it anyway. But if I must, I will. But then I'm probably dead in a swap, in a switch rather. Anyway, this game slowly gets into dampening, and not yet there, but it should be soon enough. Um, they are kiting the red quite well. The warrior still has some sort of uptime. I didn't really want to dispel the red there because he didn't really have any damage, but you know, it should be okay. Full stun, insta dispel. I like that. That was actually insta dispel, and we should get the execute right now. I think we got one execute. We still have pressure. We got a sack as well. That was actually really good pressure. We got two cooldowns basically for free, and the paladin just had wings for a few seconds left. Like, I don't know, kind of lucky, They could probably kited him a bit more, but I guess one stun and one root would be enough. Again, he tries to kite. He tries to kite through downstairs. I don't know why. He should be up and he should really, really just take some profit of this ramping. I shock the shear. I'm gonna hex him. So I mean shock the hex. So I don't get hexed, and then I hexed him. So that should be okay. That broke. His hex broke on the Blaze Storm. So yeah, we just get the kill on the Paladin, which had no bubble, which is really easy to kill with no bubble basically. But again, he probably had no freedoms either. At which point he is a dead Paladin. Yeah. If he would save a freedom from himself and just LOS and then freedom himself, he could have probably got away. LOS me, of course. He was downstairs, so he could have done that. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching. Hopefully I'm gonna see you in the live stream tomorrow. Sorry for my voice still, I'm not fully recovered, but yeah, it should be an interesting stream, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.